Yo, what's up guys? Arekkz here. Today we are going to sit down again and just chat about games. More specifically, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Another one of those videos where I don't have a script, I don't have a plan, I just want to sit down and just chat about it because I am so incredibly excited. I did this for Lost Ark before, where I just kind of sat down and just chat to you guys about why I like the game. I don't often kind of get a chance to do that on this channel, where I just kind of speak off the cuff. So that's what we're doing today, because honestly, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is one of my most anticipated games this year. Like, I look forward to games when they come out, like everybody does, right? But then there's looking forward to games, and then there's looking forward to Super Smash Bros. Because, yo, this game has been with me since my childhood. I've been playing Smash Bros. Since the N64 days, and no matter which version, I've always got memories to share with that. Like, I remember playing the N64 version with my brother, I remember playing, like, Melee with my school friends, I remember playing Brawl and Smash 4 with some of my university friends, my friends when I was at work. So, no matter which Smash Bros. I think about, there's always memories and there's always kind of friend groups that I have from friends that I've made through the game, and Smash Bros. Ultimate is going to be even better because not only do I have my friends to play with, but also I can kind of play the game with you guys, the community, and it's just going to be so incredibly awesome. So, today, I thought I'd kind of talk a little bit about why I'm most excited about it, but also, more specifically, I want to talk about my main characters. Some of you guys have been saying, hey, who are you going to use? If you guys have been following me on Twitter, you might have already seen this, but I have made a few changes to my potential roster. Obviously, some of this might change. Like, I've had a chance to play Smash Bros. Already a little bit at Nintendo, and I've made a few preliminary decisions on who I would like to use, but as is often the way, once you get in the game and you actually start investing some serious time, then that may well change. But I'm going to talk about some of my characters, some of the characters that I believe are going to be the best ones to use. So, I guess we might as well kick it off. Smash Bros. Has a special place for me because fighting games as a whole is a genre that I have loved for the longest time. It might not be something I cover too heavily on the channel. Like, you know, I've done some stuff around Soul Calibur, covered Smash Bros. In the past, I've covered other fighting games, things like that, but it might not be like a genre that I'm, you know, always covering the channel, but it is a genre that I just really, really love. I watch Evo matches every year, different things like that, and I think it kind of reminds me sort of back in the days before like online gaming was a thing, when I just used to go to like friends' houses after school and you just play fighting games and you just kind of can't beat that feeling. Like, sure, you can play FPSs, you can play strategy games, you can play other multiplayer games, but nothing quite beats the feeling of having like a one-on-one match with your friend on the same sofa in a fighting game and just trash talking each other when you win, when you lose, making up your excuses, and just like, honestly, that as a genre is incredible. And I've played my fair share of fighting games. You know, I've been through things like Street Fighter, Bloody Roar, Killer Instinct, King of Fighters, anything like that. And some of them have clicked with me, some of them maybe less so, some of them are a little bit more in depth where like I've enjoyed them, but I haven't necessarily invested enough time to get really, really good at them. But Smash Brothers fills this really unique void whereby it's super easy to pick up. So if ever you've got friends that say aren't necessarily as big on the genre, they can kind of just jump in, you can mess around with them, they can have some fun. But there is also that underlying layer where if you peel it back, it has an incredible amount of depth for those of you that actually kind of want to really dive in and get really, really good. And that's why it gives me so much kind of replayability. And this time round, we are going to take it super seriously, because not only do I want to play it and just kind of get really good at the game, we obviously want to bring you guys coverage, and for a game like this, I want to make sure I bring you guys, you know, some of the best coverage that I can, so I want to make sure that I'm really good at the game, so that then when I do bring you guys videos, you'll be like, you know what, this guy knows what he's talking about. So this is, you know, it's a big project for me, kind of a passion project as well, and I want to try and sort of like do guides and stuff like that for the new year, so there'll be definitely a lot of videos coming your way. Some of the stuff around launch will be, you know, a lot lighter, but after Christmas, I do want to start sinking my teeth into kind of some slightly more, you know, in-depth coverage, and we might even in the new year start trying to sort of like take part in some tournaments ourselves, like locally, and just sort of see how we do. So a lot of fun to be had. But anyway, I'm rambling. Point is, I'm super excited for it. Smash Brothers is a big deal for me, and I am honestly counting down the days next Friday. It's going to be busy. It's like a really busy time of year. There's like so much stuff dropping. I've also got like the Destiny expansion dropping next week, so I'm going to have to juggle that. But Smash Brothers is on Friday. Hype for that. But anyway, let's talk about the characters. So, number one, if you guys have sort of like seen any stuff I've done on Twitter, then Young Link has now become probably my number one character that I want to use so far. So prior to that, back at E3, when I kind of jumped on and played Smash Bros. Ultimate for the first time, I tried out regular Link, so, you know, Adult Link, Breath of the Wild Link, whatever you want to call him. And I actually really, really liked him, because back in the N64 days, I used to main Link, and then when Melee came out, I switched over to Marth. I used Marth for Brawl, and then when Smash 4 came out, I switched to Toon Link, because I didn't really like how Marth played too much, because for me, generally speaking, I like fast characters, and it's kind of that sort of scumbag player in Smash 4 where you just kind of get Toon Link, hang on the edge of a level, and then you just throw someone backwards at like 60%, and it's kind of a kill shot sometimes. So, sorry about that. But, point is, Link as a whole was really cool because in Smash Ultimate, he filled this interesting space where he felt faster than before. Like, one of the reasons I dropped him around, say, Brawl and Smash 4 was he felt like a little bit too slow for my liking. I typically like relatively fast characters, hence why I gravitated towards Marth, and hence why I obviously switched to Toon Link afterwards. But Link in Smash Ultimate, he feels a little bit faster, but he's still got the weight and the power of Link as you come to expect. So he feels really, really good to play. The only kind of one thing that takes a little bit of adjusting is the way that his bombs work now. You have to manually detonate them. So that in itself was one of the things that kind of like put me off a little bit. I'm still going to kind of mess around and like try him out and see if I can kind of make him work because he looks really cool and he's also got like the Fierce Deity skin. So kind of want to just use that anyway. But Young Link is something that TwoSixNine kind of brought this to my attention, and also I was watching some videos by Zero. He was kind of sort of doing like character breakdowns for like all different characters, and there's a lot of attention on Young Link because he is incredibly strong. He is fast, but he also has a good degree of power, good degree of kind of kill power, and he has very little lag to basically any of his moves. You know, you can sword plant and almost roll straight out of it. You know, you can throw your bombs without kind of losing too much momentum in your movement. You've got so many different combo options. So he feels this kind of perfect middle ground between Breath of the Wild Link and Toon Link, whereby you've got speed, you've got power, you have the more traditional movesets, you've got your arrows and your conventional bombs as opposed to like the new ones that Breath of the Wild Link has. So he's kind of almost shaping up to be like the best iteration of Link, which is really exciting. I mean, part of me wishes he had some better costumes because that's kind of partly why I want to use Link, because I just want to be Fierce Deity. But I also really want to play to win, so I'm probably going to gravitate slightly more towards Young Link. So that's probably my number one option, because I've kind of used him probably of all the characters most so far. When I went to Nintendo the other week and had a chance to mess around when I was doing some of the matches and I wasn't recording specific stuff, I was testing out Young Link, and I can definitely sort of like feel he's familiar for me because, of course, you know, I've played Link throughout the years, so I already know his moveset and I kind of feel relatively confident with him. So it wasn't like learning a brand new character, but knowing that he has that kind of like great potential, I am definitely super excited to sink even more time into it just to see how well I can actually play with that character. So he is definitely number one on day one when we're playing some of those matches and I want to sort of take home those victories. Obviously, once I've unlocked the character, then that is definitely going to be where I start. My second character is probably Richter. It was originally going to be Incineroar because I just like the way he looks, but having played him, he still plays really well, but I just don't think he fits my playstyle personally. He's kind of a little bit too slow for my liking, and I didn't really... I mean, I feel like I probably just need to spend more time learning how he works, but I didn't really sort of like see how many combo options he had, and it just felt like some moves didn't flow too well. That's just probably my inexperience with him, but either way, Incineroar, kind of cool character, but got pushed out of my roster, and Richter came in because he is really, really awesome. He's got plenty of projectiles, got plenty of sort of like, you know, different zoning options. He's really good at controlling space, and he also has some really nice aerial options as well. He's got kind of a like nice, you know, down air that you can use to sort of loop and keep people trapped in this little kind of crazy combos. And while initially he wasn't on my radar because, you know, I've played Castlevania before, I like it, but I'm not like a huge diehard fan, so I wasn't like, yo, I need to use that character. But having played with him, he is honestly very, very cool. As someone that, you know, plays Link and, you know, plays kind of projectile characters, I'm quite used to, you know, using those to my advantage, so he kind of felt quite natural. I picked him up, and some characters I pick up, and I'm definitely like, to begin with, I need to kind of practice for a bit, because I feel like I don't necessarily, you know this character works, but Richter, I just picked him up, and it just felt right kind of off the bat, so that was pretty encouraging to start with. So it's definitely sort of something that I kind of want to mess around with. Plus, he looks cool. I know obviously he plays very similarly to Simon, but aesthetically speaking, I prefer Richter, and I know that shouldn't necessarily always be the determining factor in a game where you want to win, but come on, I've got to look cool at the same time, right? So Richter is definitely going to be my go-to over Simon. So he's really cool. Definitely has some interesting options. I'd say his one main weakness at the moment is his recovery options, because his recovery is not the greatest. So you obviously want to try and, like, you know, use your projectiles to, you know, control your space and make sure that you are in control of the fight, because if you're trying to fight off the edge, then that's definitely not going to be Richter's strong suit. And then the third character, I mean, there are a few more, but the third character is kind of a surprise one for me, but it's actually Pikachu. So I've never really spent much time with Pikachu, and I'll be completely honest and say that the reason I was kind of gravitating towards Pikachu was because a lot of the pro players have been saying from their time playing it, testing it, and just seeing it, Pikachu is looking like a really strong character. So again, from the kind of playing to win side of it, I was like, well, let me just kind of see how Pikachu goes. And he definitely fills an interesting space, but also he kind of resonates quite well with me anyway, because I do like fast characters. Having played Toon Link before, he kind of fills that similar speed space. And he has some really interesting options. He's got a really nice spike that's kind of here now, so I actually managed to use that at Nintendo and get kind of a spike kill on someone, which was pretty satisfying. There's a couple of things that I still need to kind of get used to, but seeing him in action, I wasn't, to be very clear, I wasn't the best Pikachu. In fact, this was probably one of my first battles with him, so I definitely need to try and sort of like learn how he flows properly. But seeing some matches with people that have actually used him slightly more extensively, he does have some great combo potential. He's definitely got some great kill options. And just in general, because he's such a small character, because he's so fast, he's got that really good harassing potential as well, so you can kind of just run around and be a nuisance and deal a great degree of damage. So he's actually, surprisingly, coming out as one of those sort of top tier characters that has a really, really good amount of potential. And also, he has some pretty cool costumes. I like the luchador costume, I like the little hat as well, so definitely some really awesome options. So they're probably, at the moment, as it stands, the 3 characters I want to pick off to begin with. I also have Corrin as like a backup, just because I honestly never used Corrin much in Smash 4 because I didn't actually pick up all the DLC just back in the day. Like, I've always talked about how Smash is like an important game to me, but when it came to Smash 4, I ended up playing it more so when I was at friends' houses because the online for me just wasn't that reliable, so I didn't play it online as much as I wanted to, and therefore, you know, the DLC stuff I didn't mess around with quite so much. So Corrin for me, essentially, in Smash Ultimate is a brand new character. So I really like how he or she plays, depending on, you know, the gender you pick. So I really like how they play, and you know, aesthetically, again, really cool looking character, got some interesting options, so it's definitely like a backup character for me, but Corrin's more so my, like, cheap character. If I need to kind of bring home a victory, then, you know, that might be the one that I go to. And then also on top of that, there's Diddy Kong. I used to use Diddy Kong as like a main in Brawl and also Smash 4 as well. Again, fast character, lots of interesting options. I kind of remember back in the day when Diddy Kong used to have 3 banana skins, obviously now it's down to 1, but still. Point is, those are the ones that I've kind of chosen so far. So that's essentially my setup. Those are my kind of go-tos. So at least within the first few weeks, while I'm kind of like learning my characters and sort of, you know, putting in some serious time, trying to get better, they will be the ones that I begin using. Whether that changes, I'm sure it will change once I've kind of tried out other characters. But starting out, that's who you see me as online. A young Link, probably in the red tunic, because, you know, red's my colour. It'll of course be Arekkz, also probably in red because his red skin is actually pretty cool. And also Pikachu, probably in the luchador skin or with the headband or maybe with the red hat. Anyway, they're my characters. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So for the time being, that's kind of all I want to talk about today. It was just another one of those sort of like rambly videos, but hopefully you guys, you know, enjoy it. You said in the last one that you kind of just enjoyed seeing me just sit down and just chat about things slightly more kind of off the cuff, and it's just nice being able to kind of do that and just share that stuff with you guys. Hopefully you guys are excited. A lot of you guys have been saying in the Smash Brothers content that you're really excited for the game as well, so let me know down below which characters are you guys going to be playing. We are going to be doing lots of live streams as well. And given the way they've been speaking about online play, hopefully it should be a lot more stable. There should be some really good connections. So we will be doing live stream tournaments. So if you guys want to get involved, of course, make sure you stick around, specifically on 269 and Paradise's live streams, because that's typically where they'll be. Links are down below. So yeah, lots of Smash Brothers content coming your way very soon. We are, I mean, at the time of making this video, we're a week away. By the time you guys are watching it, we're like 5 days away. So we're super close now. And I cannot wait. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to check out some more awesome stuff from us here at Arekkz Gaming, then you should definitely try to catch 269 and Paradise Central streaming 6 days a week. You can find a link to the multi-stream in the description box down below. They play a wide range of games, and what's more, we also have the Endgame store. By watching their streams, you earn currency, and you can redeem that currency on the Endgame store for really cool prizes. Those can range from things like games, comics, and figures, all the way up to controllers, capture cards, and even consoles. So definitely drop by and become part of the community. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure you're subscribed and be sure to click on that little bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss our next upload. You can watch more videos by clicking on the options here. But once again, thanks very much for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.